Hi, it's me Vispi. It's been a long time since I have come online. This video is not to promote any of my events, clubs, or remixes, but just to let you guys know what I have been up to for the past couple of months. It's going to be comparatively a longer video, but I'm sure you guys can spare this time for me. I had put up a post on social media stating that I'll be away from my regular schedules for the next couple of months, following which I was flooded with calls and messages. Sorry, I couldn't answer most of them as I was not in a very comfortable mental state to do so. So, what was it? I was detected by a brain tumor. Yes, a brain tumor. All of us know about it. I too had heard about it, but only in movies. I personally knew no one who ever had been detected by a brain tumor. It was so shocking that initially, even after seeing the reports, my dad never wanted to accept that it was a tumor. He kept saying that it's a schwannoma, that's the scientific name for a tumor. So, how did I realize that I had a tumor and what were the symptoms? I had kind of hearing loss in my right ear for past couple of years. I did show it to a few doctors, but none of them could detect the root cause. It was mainly overlooked considering the fact that I was a DJ and my exposure to loud sounds could be the reason for the hearing loss. The next symptom the doctors say should have been the headaches. I did often have the headaches, but again, it was overlooked because of my sleeping habits or my lifestyle, and the normal paracetamols were doing their work. And also, there should have been some imbalance in walking and stuff, but again, nothing much I realized. So, how did I find out? I had started getting slight numbness, or you could say tingling feeling in my hands and legs after I got out of my car after driving, or after sitting for a long time when I should stand up. There used to be slight giddiness. So I shared the same with my family members. Of late, one day when we were out for a family vacation to Mahabaleshwar on the way back, I could realize I had a terrible headache, and it was something very unusual than the normal. So again, I popped in a paracetamol and I tried to go to sleep. And by the time I reached home, I was pretty much normal. Still, the next day, my dad insisted that we go and visit a doctor. But I said it's pretty much fine now, so there's no point in going to the doctor. But he said that let's go to orthopedic instead. That because I was complaining about my numbness in my hands and legs as well, so he said let's go to orthopedic. So we went to the orthopedic, that is Dr. Kulkarni from Chaitanya Hospital. So there he examined me and he said that there is nothing wrong with my spine or anything. It was perfectly fine, but he said that the headaches was something to do with the ENT. So he suggested another specialist, that is Dr. Latkar in Pimpri. So he was the first person to give a 1% possibility of a tumor. So he suggested get an MRI done, and later on I got an MRI done, and that was the biggest shock of my life. The doctor who got the MRI done himself suggested that the tumor is relatively huge and I need immediate attention. It was 16th of April, obviously I remember the date. It was around 3 p.m. So without wasting any time, I rushed to Ruby Hall Clinic, considering it to be the best for tumor-related surgeries. So there I met Dr. Gandhi. He very well explained me the case. He did try to console me. He explained me the facts and the risk, but he did say that it was urgent and wasting further time would only spoil the case further. So feeling helpless, we finalized the date of the operation in the next 3 days. It was a Tuesday. I had gigs lined up, the artworks and the promotions were all through. I was completely lost at that moment of time. That evening, all discussions were on. Everyone was trying to get the best information possible on it. All suggested that we need to take a second opinion. The next day, I met two other doctors. Both suggested the same line of action, but both of them said it was a critical operation and a major role would be played by the surgeon. So, a senior surgeon who has tackled similar cases would be a better option. So, we tried to reach the best doctors. We searched the internet, inquired with people, and the two names that I got were Dr. B.K. Mishra from Hinduja and Dr. Atul Goyal from Lilavati. Uh, these were considered to be the best doctors in the entire Asia. The earliest appointment that I could get was on Saturday. I had no other option, but I had to wait. So Saturday morning, first we met Dr. B.K. Mishra at Hinduja, and later that noon I met Dr. Atul Goyal at Lilavati. Again, both of them had the same say. Operation was necessary. There was no option for that. Both of them are super busy surgeons, so having the dates so booked for months together. Luckily, I could get an early date of the 7th of May with Dr. Atul Goyal. So now all was set, the date was decided, the surgeons we had made up our mind on. Now all I had to do is wait. This was the worst phase of my life. Each day came, I cannot explain. I was to undergo a life-restoring surgery in the next 21 days. I had no other option but to take things the way it came. I had to be strong. So days went by, was surrounded by all weird thoughts, strange emotions. My entire life was in front of me in a flashback. All the things that I did so far, just the very thought of me not surviving the operation made me feel so helpless. Finally, the day had come. By now, I was pretty much mentally prepared. I knew there was nothing at all I could do, but just stay strong. So I got admitted at Lilavati. Right away, the test and all started, and the preparations, and finally I got to the operation theatre. A nice 8-hour operation in which I was clueless of what was happening as I was in complete anesthesia. I was conscious only late evening. I was in a miserable state. I was still semi-conscious. I could drink no water, nothing. Was stuck up with tubes all around me. Next morning gets still worse, with vomitings with every intake. So the end of the second day, I barely started drinking water. Third day on, things started getting better. I was made to walk, but there was terrible giddiness and a lot of pain. I was on a heavy dose of painkillers, but still. Next couple of days, things were getting better, but the pain was pretty much unbearable, as the doctors were trying to reduce the dosage of the painkillers. Finally was my discharge day, was still in a lot of pain, but the doctor explained it was a major operation and the pain was bound to be there. All I have to do is accept it and try to bear the pain. So I reach home, gradually I start my evening walks, started my regular diet and so on, getting better day by day. After almost 15 days, I had to go back for the removal of the stitches. We met the doctor and he was pretty much happy with the progress so far. So next I had to visit him after 3 months with the fresh MRI reports. Well, the tumor that I was detected is called the Acoustic Schwannoma. It's a benign tumor, that means it's a non-cancerous tumor. It grows at a rate of almost 1 to 2 millimeters per year, which could mean that the tumor is growing in my head for over 10 years. The doctor explained the main reason for the hearing loss in my 1 year and the headaches, etc., was all because of the tumor. It grows along the seventh nerve. The seventh nerve is the nerve which is responsible for the hearing, the facial expressions, and the overall balance of the body. Since it's a benign tumor, the doctors don't mind keeping a small part of the tumor if they feel that removing that part could affect the other aspects. So the surgeon told us that he's kept almost 15 to 20% of the tumor just to make sure that nothing affects. But unfortunately, the right side of my face has been affected. The doctor and me both are pretty much positive that it's going to regain back in a few months. It's been almost 3 months now. Just a couple of days back, I had gone to Mumbai for the follow-up with the fresh MRIs. As expected, there is a considerable lump in my head, but luckily the things are pretty much in control. Next, I have been asked to visit him after 8 months. So, and finally now I have got the green signal to resume back to my regular lifestyle and work. So right now I am pretty much okay. I drive, I go out with friends, I spend a lot of my time in studio working on my music, and that's what keeps me going. Initially post the operation, I was not even sure if I'm going to get back to my DJing profession. But now I think I'm pretty much sure about it. I will be resuming back by August. Right now, the only concern remains the face. The face is only aesthetic, maybe, but it does play a very important role. Luckily, the face hasn't worsened that much. And whatever it be, I have to face it. Considering the sequences I could face, this is practically nothing. It was surely an undesired and a painful experience. But with the good wishes and support of my family and friends, luckily I made it through. I practically got a new life. All of us will be gone someday, we all know that. But trust me, when you practically are in a situation where you see the end, it's not easy. It's often said life is short, enjoy every bit, this, that. But we never actually think about it. We keep struggling for tomorrow, but what if tomorrow never came? We are living today, and we should try to make each day the best day. It's not the first time that I have been hospitalized. Back in 2008, I had a major leg injury. I broken my hand a couple of times. I had minor head injuries. Every time you miss some part of your body is the time you realize the worth of it. I'm not saying it for the heck of saying. I practically do it. Whenever I pray to God, I don't ask for anything, but thank Him for all that I have got. The journey here on too, I'm not sure. But so is none of you. The tumor may or may not grow back. All I can do is wish for the same. But the thing that I can do is value my second life that I've got and live it to the fullest. Right now I have two options with me. Either I wait for my face to recover completely, which I'm not sure when it's going to be done, or resume my work immediately and face the situation as it comes. Quite a few people that I met post-operation told me that it was an achievement that I had overcome the operation and I was a fighter. Well, I don't agree to that. As had the situation come on to any one of you, trust me, there is no option but to go through it. But what all may not be able to do is accept the deteriorated life, fight the hardships, fight the inner feelings, and do their work honestly with the full efforts and overcome the hard times. I'm going to try my level best to be a fighter, and I'm sure you guys are going to support me in this fight. As I said, I'll be resuming back to DJing this August. I promise you, the energy hasn't gone down. Once again, I thank God, I thank my family, and I thank all my well-wishers. It's because of you and your good wishes that I'm back. And now, for those who have seen the entire video, I request you kindly share the video so that God forbid if anyone is or knows anyone facing similar symptoms is at least aware of what's to be done next. And worst comes to worst, if anyone is detected with similar situation, it gives them a hope and strength to face the situation. Also, it would be nice if you could leave back a comment or a suggestion or whatever you guys feel like. I may not be reading all the comments on my other videos, but for this video in particular, I'm going to make sure that I read all the comments and reply to each one of you for sure. Once again, thank you everyone, and really looking forward to see you all soon.